There once was a young voiceover artist, at least at the time, who had a fantastic year. Said voiceover talent already had a full-time job, and voiceover, that was just icing on top. He made so much that he ended up having to pay into the government $20,000 extra. That happened. And part of the reason why is because I didn't have tax write-offs. So this video is all about tax write-offs. Yes, it is totally the unsexy part of voiceover. And in this video, I'm going to share 13 categories that could help you save some money by way of tax write-offs in this next tax season. I'll also give you some links to check out, just in case for some odd reason this doesn't give you headaches like it does me, and you nerd out on this stuff. However,
this information does not constitute financial or tax advice. Work with a tax or financial advisor for specific recommendations and accurate tax information.
We do include some recommendations at the end of this video, but note that these are Georgia-specific advisors, so find someone who can help where you are. Have you ever seen Schitt's Creek?
That's a write-off?
Yeah.
Do you even know what a write-off is?
Yeah. It's when you buy something for your business and the government pays you back for it.
Oh, and who pays for it?
Nobody. You write it off.
Who writes it off?
I don't know. The write-off people. What? Why are we having this conversation?
First of all, as per the disclaimer, I'm not a financial or tax advisor or professional. Seek professional help. This is just to help give you some ideas and information that you could take to your accountant and tax professional. Some of these are things that we've done, so we just want to share that. Now, before I get to number one, I want to share our experience with the home studio / home office when we talked to our tax dude. He said, we're not able to write that off anymore. What we have to do now is set it up so that Heidi Productions, LLC, and then Mike Stout Productions, Incorporated, rent space from Mike and Heidi Stout and pay fair and reasonable rent for the space used for our voiceover and on-camera businesses. Now, reasonable rent might change from wherever you are, but for us here, it's going to be lower than what we would actually have to pay to rent a specific space like the Atlanta Voiceover Studio is in. And the other thing, I have to be very careful, as in I've drawn out the dimension and measured it 2 to 3 times for the space that she uses for Heidi Productions and the space that we both use for our on-camera stuff. And then my studio, which is in another room right behind this camera. So now that you know all that, I'm going to break this down into expense categories, give some examples and details, and then if there are any other caveats or notes, I'll share those. First expense category, home studio / home office. An example or detail is if you have a dedicated space used regularly and exclusively for work, whether it's recording, editing, or voiceover tasks. Portion of that rent and mortgage interest, utilities, which is electricity, internet, heating, cooling, insurance, repairs, and depreciation on the portion used. Caveats. The space must be used exclusively for the business and calculation must be reasonable. Mixed use, meaning personal and business, that requires an allocation. Again, speak to a tax professional. Next expense category, equipment and supplies. Examples, and you already know this, microphones, audio interfaces, headphones, mixers, computers, software, DAWs, plugins, editing tools, cables, stands, pop filters, recording booths or room treatment, acoustic panels, replacement parts, general office supplies, paper, ink, all that stuff. You get the idea. The caveats, these often could be depreciated or expensed under Section 179, bonus depreciation, depending on the cost in the year that it was purchased. There's a lot there, and yes, I'm flying through it only because you're going to get bored if I don't. But take notes, because this is stuff that you can bring to your tax professional. Number 3, expense category, software and subscriptions. An example or details, your DAW subscriptions, your cloud storage, audio hosting, sample libraries that you may use if you do production, software licenses, etc. The caveat, only the portion used for business is deductible. Number 4, expense category, professional development and training. Examples of this, voice coaching, dialect coaching, classes, workshops, seminars, books, online courses, directly tied to your craft. The 5th expense category, marketing and promotion. Examples, website design and hosting, domain fees, demo production, demo reels, promotional materials, business cards, graphic design, social media ads, and video or audio production for promotional content. Number 6, expense category, agent, manager commission and fees. Example, commissions or fees you pay to agents, managers, or booking services. That one's fairly straightforward. Number 7, expense category, union dues, memberships, and licensing. Example, your dues, your guild or union fees, professional association memberships, business licenses, or permits. Again, fairly straightforward. Number 8, Expense category, travel and transportation. The example, of course, travel to auditions, your sessions, your meetings, conferences, any airfare, lodging, car rental, taxis, ride shares, parking, tolls, mileage if you're using your own car. The list seems to go on. Ubers. Caveats, meals while traveling are often limited to 50% deduction for business meals. Use the IRS standard mileage rate or actual expenses. And I will have some links for some of these things that you can check out in the notes. The 9th expense category, meals and entertainment. The example, business meals with agents, clients, collaborators, or while traveling on business. The caveat, and this is a big one, the deduction is limited, often to 50%, and the meal must have a business purpose, as in you have to be discussing your work. Our 10th expense category, insurance, legal, and accounting. Example, professional liability insurance, business insurance, legal fees, fees for accountants, tax prep, business consulting. It's fairly straightforward. The 11th expense, office and administrative expenses. An example would be phone or internet, postage, mailing, office supplies, printing, storage, cloud services, backup systems. Number 12, depreciation and amortization. An example for this is, for larger purposes with multi-year use, you may need to depreciate or amortize over several years rather than expense in 1 year. Stuff like maybe a whisper room, or if you have a very expensive computer. Talk to your tax professional as well as your accountant. And finally, number 13 in this expense area, miscellaneous. Everybody loves miscellaneous. An example would be your bank fees, your business credit card fees, trade publications, subscriptions, business gifts, within limits, continuing education materials. Obviously, there's a ton to pay attention to, so when you're at the point and you're able to get an accountant, if you don't already, and a specific tax person to just take care of everything, it's well worth the money because you're going to save time and you're also going to save yourself migraines. Now, I won't go over it here, but if you're looking for someone to help with taxes or bookkeeping, we've got some people that we recommend. They're here in Georgia, and I'll put them in the notes so you can contact them directly. I will give a big shout out to executivemoneymanagers.com. We've been with them for years, and they are fantastic. There's a lot to this, and it can be overwhelming, but I want to invite you to our VO Mentorship membership. We talk about this type of stuff and other things, all voiceover related, weekly. We give you guidance if you need it. We have monthly Zoom sessions, and everyone supports one another in our VO Mentorship Discord channel, so we would love to have you there. And with the monthly membership, we've got a backlog of a bunch of videos of industry professionals that we've had on that'll help give you the tools you need to succeed in voiceover in all the different areas. And we keep having more and more on, so it's well worth it to join. I'll link that below as well. So until next time, cheers to your voiceover success.
Have you spent a bunch of time going through voiceover training only to now feel lost and not sure what your next steps are?
Or maybe you had a little success and started booking some voiceover jobs feeling good, but then it died down a little, and now you're unsure about how to create that long and sustainable career.
Or wish you had a support group to inspire you, hold you accountable, and answer those ever-elusive industry questions that come up all the time?
Well, we've been in your shoes, having to try to figure it all out in pieces here and there. So that's why we want to introduce you to the Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com VO Mentorship Membership.
I know, like you need another membership, right? Yeah, we totally get it. But listen, the right one can make all the difference in a business.
Yeah, the reason we wanted to do this was because so many people go through training, get demos, maybe learn about voiceover from video courses like our own, ProVoiceOverTraining.com, or other places to train.
But when it came to actually putting it into practice and building a business, it felt overwhelming, confusing, and for some, maybe you, paralyzing.
Yeah, we could have created a workshop or class for this and it would have been worth it, but we wanted a solution that was for talent, that was just more affordable, convenient, and valuable.
We also wanted to be right there with you, helping you along the way as much as we could.
So before we jump into what the monthly mentorship membership covers, let's talk about the extras first.
Members will get first access to sign up for Industry Pro workouts. These are virtual small group opportunities to read for agents, casting directors, or creative directors, receive their feedback, and get to know them better. And we only have 15 spots for each, so they fill up quickly.
And you get $20 off Industry Pro workouts as members. The mentorship membership is only $25 a month, so if you love doing the Industry Pro workouts anyway, the membership basically pays for itself.
And on top of the Industry Pro workouts, we'll also occasionally give members discounts to training and other offerings.
And those are just the bonuses. Each month you'll get
professional training modules. These are live Zooms we'll host monthly along with industry expert guests, and topics range from industry insights, business strategies, performance, and more.
a resource library, a collection of past Zoom sessions, scripts, audition prep guides, tech setup guides, and reference materials for different genres.
Toolkits. These are downloadable resources like vocal warm-ups, exercises, and script breakdowns to build a solid foundation in voiceover.
Plus, and this is a biggie, you'll have access to our private community message board where you can ask questions and get support. Now, we built out this membership to grow with you no matter where you are in your voiceover journey.
So we hope you'll join us. Take the next step toward a rewarding voiceover career with mentorship that grows with you. Join today for only $25 a month.